right, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us again. This is going to be the Painscreek killings. Lynn's Natsuki here playing. And let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be here. We are on part 6. And let's see where we go. Just so we kind of remember here, looks like we have an house entrance key found in Dorothy's house. I think this might be for the photography studio. We got a hammer. I think we can use that to fix that drawer at Wanda. I think it's Wanda and Derek Taylor's home. BH, I'm assuming that's Bernard. And then obviously the briefcase. So let's see where we're at here. You know what, let's go to, I think it's 43? So here we're at 40. It's going to be down near the mansion. Which one's this? Walnut? I don't think it's walnut. Well, it might be. Okay, so here's up for the mansion. Oh, it's just here. Just gonna run around in circles a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so here is... yeah, we can go here first, actually. Here we go. Okay. I think... Bernard's house. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, we found a bloody floorboard right here. Okay. Okay, got an achievement called Bloody Knife. It's a serrated blade. There's dried blood stains on it. Interesting. Okay, so now let's go ahead. This is the room that's locked, so let's unlock this. Okay, I think we're in Bernard's room. TV. Let's see where we go. Okay, we got an X over, looks like Vivian with the word biznatch on the back. And we got a diary. Okay. January 12th, 1995. I drove Vivian today since Derek is out of town with Charles. As I was driving, we talked. She expressed that despite having a successful business, she felt empty and tired. Trisha hates Vivian for trying to stop her from seeing Scott. She seems to be really bothered by the name Vincent and her relationship with Charles. Seems to be just for show. I wish I could comfort her. She's going through so much right now. If only I could confess to Vivian how much I have for her and how much I admire her. January 18th, 1995. Ever since Trisha brought up the name Vincent, Vivian has been pretty quiet. Even during dinner, she hardly spoke. I can barely remember the last time Vivian appeared happy. I don't think anyone can blame her. Wanda hasn't been coming to work for a while now. Her illness is getting worse. I wonder how she's coping. February 5th, 1995. Derek wasn't available to drive Vivian again, so I offered to help. It's been a month since I first drove for her. She's been opening up more and more to me, telling me about the struggles she's faced with. Her rocky relationship with Charles, how she really dislikes Scott. Sometimes I would give her some suggestions when she asks what she should do. Other times she just wants someone to listen to her. Mostly I am just happy to be with her. February 22nd, 1995. Vivian seems rather distraught recently. During the afternoon tea gathering, I stood outside the room and tried to listen to the conversations. She feels miserable being with Charles. They hardly look at each other, let alone speak. Personally, I don't think Charles deserves her. I finished reading Vivian's biography. Half the facts were incorrect. The writer should have done his homework better. March 17th, 1995. Sometimes when I'm driving for Vivian, she asks me to drop her off at the corner of the street, typically in front of Tom's Cafe. She's always telling me that she'll make it back home on her own. It aroused my curiosity, so after dropping her off today, I parked the car and watched her. She ordered a cup of coffee to go. She then left the cafe and walked up the street for about 5 minutes to a residential area. She stopped in front of an apartment and pressed the doorbell. Shortly after, a man in his early 30s, wearing a suit, opened the door. He leaned over and hugged Vivian. She gave the coffee to him and they exchanged some words. I couldn't hear what they said. They then entered the apartment together. Who is he? May 12th, 1995. This is the 6th time I followed Vivian. After she went into the building with the guy, I parked the car nearby to wait for her to come out. Is this considered stalking? About 2 hours later, a cab stopped out in front of the apartment. Shortly afterwards, Vivian came outside and the man followed closely behind. They chatted for a bit. Vivian looked extremely comfortable with him. Before leaving, she kissed him on the cheek. What's going on? May 29th, 1995, I tracked down the guy. He works at the bank. The place they meet is his apartment. How could she do that? Who the hell is he? I reported sick for the 3rd consecutive day. As I laid in bed, I kept thinking on why Vivian would be seeing another man. No matter what Charles did to her, she has kept her faith in him throughout the years. How could she be having an affair now? She's better than that. She's supposed to choose me. Ooh. Now that's interesting. So why would he X out her face if he likes her? You know what I mean? Okay. Good there. Nothing. Nope, there's something over here. Day 1. The hospital gave me these pills. They were supposed to help fight depression. Day 2. I feel a slight dizziness. It might be the food that I ate this morning. Day 3. The dizziness comes and goes. I'm still able to work. Not a big problem. Day 5. It's my day off today. Didn't take the medication. By the evening, I started thinking about Vivian. Day 8. I had to drive Vivian again, so I took double the dosage. I had a migraine for the rest of the day. At least I didn't have to think about her. Day 11. Couldn't Vivian stop seeing that guy? Why can't I stop thinking about it? Day 12. Now that I know that my dizziness comes from those pills. Day 20. The pills, they don't seem to work anymore. It doesn't matter if I take them or not. I can't stop imagining what Vivian and that guy are doing whenever they meet. Day 32, I stopped taking the medication. And I just got a Bernard Hopkins story achievement. So, okay. Close that. Put there. Nothing. Okay. So far we found a bloody knife. We have a broken axe cabinet. Okay. Okay. So I want to go to Wanda's. I think that's this way. So we can take a look at that broken drawer. Okay. If I remember correctly, it was in her room. Look at that. Okay. City of New Jersey Department of Child Psychiatric Division. June 17th, 1981. Re-psychiatric evaluation on Derek Taylor. Dear Miss Wanda Taylor, after almost 5 months of sessions, your son Derek Taylor is now much better. Was still unable to get him to talk much, but he has chosen to express his thoughts and feelings through written text, which is a breakthrough for him. During his last session, however, he wrote the following. Dad was standing in the middle of the road. He was waving to me. Mom was crying and her tears dripped into my face. I woke up. Kitty was purring and licking my face. I think she wanted to go out. Mom doesn't like me to make noise when it's late at night. Says it will wake everyone up, so I was very quiet when I opened the back door. Kitty flew away. There were noises behind the wall fence. There's a door that's always locked, but there's a light behind the keyhole. I walked to the door and looked through the keyhole. There were 4 people. 2 of them were fighting. A baby was crying. Then one of them fell down and hit her head. She stopped moving. Her eyes were open. I wet my pants because she was looking at me. Derek has since been very quiet. We haven't been able to grasp fully if what he wrote was real or imaginary. Nonetheless, we are concerned with his situation. Kindly get back to us so we can discuss further steps in helping him. Catherine McDowell, head of Child Psychiatric Department. Interesting. So, some issues with Derek. Okay. January 24th, 1981, the school called. The principal told me the kids have been calling Derek names, saying that he's a bastard child. I know that Derek wants to know where his father is. I don't know what to say to him. February 20th, 1981, the school called me again and told me that Derek poked a bird nest until it fell off a tree. After that, he stoned the chicks to death. Ooh. This resulted in him being suspended from school for a week. The principal asked if Derek had suffered any kind of trauma that would cause him to act like this. I could not tell him that Derek witnessed Sophia being killed. He was only 5 when that happened. May 11th, 1981. Derek stopped going to school. He told me school isn't for him. I should not have asked him to keep quiet about Sophia's death. He must have been bottling up his emotions all these years. Maybe it's time I start homeschooling him. So Wanda knew about Sophia's death. Okay. That's, all right. Well, now we know that. It's a little disturbing. Where are we? We could go to Oliver's photography, and then we'll go hit the courtyard. Poor Derek. He just got screwed up. So, where am I? Silver Lake and Clover. Silver Lake, Clover, just keep going down Silver Lake. Okay, to Walnut. And here we go, I believe. Is this not it? Probably not. Okay. I mean, I guess it would say photography, right? There we go. All right. Nice. Look at all these pictures. We have an upstairs and the downstairs, so let's do the downstairs first, and then we'll head up. Okay. 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 Office of Church Haven. Dear Oliver Gibson, we regret to hear that Father Matthew will not be joining any part of the annual religious gathering event from July 18th till the 23rd in South York. We received Father Matthew's memo yesterday stating that he was not feeling well. I assume he has also informed you about this last-minute change. Please send him our regards. We wish him a swift recovery so he may serve the people of Painscreek soon. Reverend Todd McDermott. This was on July 17th, 1995. Okay. I already saw the tools. I'll grab those in a second. Bathroom. The only one who has a plunger. Which is interesting. And wait a minute. He's also the only one who has toilet paper on a toilet paper roll. I don't think anybody else has had that. January 3rd, 1996. We just attended Trisha's funeral this morning. Charles tried to be strong, but by the end of the ceremony, his face was wet. Dorothy cried her heart out. It truly pains the soul to witness so many deaths occur here in Painscreek. Every one of those deaths was of a person I knew, and some are very close to me. Among them, Vivian's death shocked me the most. Despite what the media said, I will not, for even a moment, believe that Scott killed her. It just doesn't make sense to me. Trisha's death hurt the most, probably because I spent the last few years mentoring her. She was smart, kind, and very talented. She was turning into a very promising young woman. With her passing, Charles has lost all his family members. He's all alone. I can't imagine the pain he's going through. August 14th, 1996, Dorothy left Painscreek early February, a month after Trisha's funeral. The hospital closed shortly after. By the end of the month, Charles had packed and departed Painscreek for good. Wanda passed away on March 12th, 1996. Her cancer had spread too far and too deep. The doctors could not give her. That's interesting. 2 weeks after her funeral, Derek moved out of Painscreek. Autumn is approaching. My photography store will be closing by the end of this month. I have many things to say, but there's no one left to confide in. Anyways, I've been thinking about retiring for quite a while now. Maybe the time has come. Just got an achievement for Oliver Gibson's story. Okay. Well, now we take the shovel. And we open up in here. It looks like we're going to take the wrench. We got an achievement called All Tools Found. Okay, so let's head upstairs. And this is locked. And there's no way to open it. Perfect. Okay. So we're near. Wait a minute. Okay. We need to also look for the favorite places. So I know we're going to go to Anne's courtyard, but it may also be worth, where's the post office? So the post office is also near Anne's courtyard. So let's go that way, I think. Town center. Okay. Okay, so here's Big Books Little. Okay, house. So we have house. Okay. Big Books Little. And here's the Moon Cafe. Again. Playground. Ground. Okay. Let's go to Anne's courtyard. I want to see something in here real quick. Come alone. Okay, so this is Secret Lies with Her. So this is the picture of Sophia. Okay. Anne's courtyard. Bird. Okay. Where is the post office? Okay. Stream. Okay. So we have the church and a bridge remaining. So Okay. A lot of stuff in here. Let's see. Picture of the dartboard. The code for Charles' safe. And the gallery is Vincent's birthday. How could I not have thought about that? Call Sheriff James. Check his file. 7741. So, Sheriff file code 7741. Okay. Ooh, autopsy report. Let's see. For Andrew Reed, 3rd degree burns, pneumothorax. 44-year-old white male with burns found at home, pronounced dead at the scene. 3rd degree burns found across body. Completely charred over the head, face, neck, and hands. Heavily charred across the front and back of the body, legs, and feet. Closer inspection reveals punctured lungs with an object similar to a switchblade or small knife. Pneumothorax is a possible cause of death, but body is too burnt to confirm. Okay. Autopsy report for Henry Johnson. 61-year-old white male pulled out of car submerged in lake. Victim's lungs do not contain water, which shows that he did not die by drowning. Due to prolonged submerging of the body in the water, the estimated time of death might not be accurate. Estimated time of death is between 12 to 16 days. Top right side of the skull, leaning towards the front and above the right eye, has a wide crack, usually caused by a sharp object and a strong force. Front torso, face, and back proportion of the forearm suffered numerous lacerations. Victim most likely succumbed to blood loss before being placed in water. So that would be like an axe, which is what Bernard has. And what did they claim his death? Segregation. I can't even pronounce that. This is the autopsy for Vivian Roberts. 55-year-old white female found lying in front of mansion gates, pronounced dead at the scene. A 12 centimeter wide, 7 centimeter deep crack found on the right side of the head. Impact caused by strong force with a sharp object. Lacerations on front torso and back sides of both forearms. Victim died from loss of blood. So both of them were attacked with an axe. Huh. Okay, so anything else? No. Drain covers. Why would we need drain covers? But okay. There's nothing else in here for me to grab other than that. No. Okay. Okay. So, two things to do. We have to go to the bridge and the church. So let's do the church. Right? Did I bypass it? Let's see here. There we go. remember correctly, I think we already found this one over here of 1203. Alright, let's go find the bridge. Since we're already here. Can we get in here? We can, okay. So we said it was near a big rock. It's over here. Here we go. January 11th, 1996. Scott is gone and Trisha is dead. And how did this happen? We held Trisha's funeral last week. There could have been more people. There should have been more. This village will be barren in a few months to a year. My generation is just moving out, and the old generation is just is simply dying out. I will also be leaving here soon once my mother passes on, once I can't take care of her any longer. The night Vivian died, I saw Scott meeting her. I was at a distance from where they were arguing. I couldn't hear the details, but I could tell they were disagreeing. When Scott left and went back into his cabin, I followed him. I watched him through the window until early morning, all the time thinking how we have drifted so far. How could Trisha choose him over me? Am I not good enough for her? The police questioned me when Scott was suspected of killing Vivian. I know he didn't do it, but I decided not to tell them what I knew. With Scott locked up, I could have a chance to be with Trisha. I didn't expect that this small admission on my part would eventually lead to Scott's death. When Scott died, Trisha ended her life. In a way, I too died that day. I never wished for Scott to die, nor Trisha. I hope they can forgive me. Derek Taylor. Painscreek, hidden room and study room. Right, we found that. Underground secret passage, that's through the future detective Scott church, and then there's a secret room above Father's room. Okay. Hold on. That's the bishop, and it's a 9. Ship is a 9. Okay. Trisha, congratulations. I'll always love you, from Mom. Aww. 6/2/1980 something. Derek, Trisha, Scott. Best friends forever. That's really sad. Okay, yeah. So let's, out of curiosity. So we know that Scott, so they gave him, so yeah, June 1st, 1975, which I believe is Vincent's death. Or Vincent's birth, yeah. Okay. Okay, so she said bridge leading out of town, right? Stump. I know where that's at. Okay. Well, since we're in this part, let's go ahead and do the filing cabinet for the sheriff. Okay, what do we have? 7, 7, 4, 1, enter. Look at that. We have a car key. Okay, so that's probably to the glove box. Pair of glasses, a wooden truck, and a whistle. Vivian Roberts' murder case record of alibi. Interview record. Recorded July 25th, 1995. Interview to Charles Roberts. I wasn't there when my wife was killed. I left for New York on July 18th to attend a conference meeting that was supposed to last for 3 days. I was supposed to be back on the weekend on the morning of July 20th. However, I received a phone call from our butler Bernard, informing me that Vivian had been murdered. I could not believe what I had heard. I cut short my trip and immediately came back to Painscreek. Recorded July 25th, 1995. Interview to Matthew Brooks. There's an annual religious gathering event in Hartford where pastors are from different churches in our state's vicinity meet and discuss what we could do to help our society. The event started on July 18th and ran for 5 days, so it ended July 23rd. I represent Painscreek Trinity Church at the event. Our church can confirm this because we had to cancel our Sunday service that week. Interview record. July 25th, 1995. Interviewed Bernard Hopkins. I was preparing for the fundraising event when I felt sick. However, there's no one who can really do my job, so I kept working. At about 9 in the evening, I was too sick to continue, so I bid Vivian goodnight and headed back home. Dorothy Patterson saw me leave. No, there's no one else that lives there. I live alone. Recorded July 25th, 1995. Interview to Dorothy Patterson. Yes, Bernard was not feeling well that day, so he left slightly earlier than usual. However, he finished his work before he left. When I saw how sick he appeared, I wondered how he could have kept on working. Well, I guess that's why the Roberts family trusts him so much. Me, I was around the mansion most of the time, either preparing the food or making sure that the other maids were doing their jobs. The fundraising event, which was to be held the following day, was important to Vivian, so we were all making sure that everything would be perfect. By the time Mary left, it was already past midnight. I locked the doors and then I went home myself. No, I live alone. Interview record. I recorded July 25th, 1995. Mary Martinez. My name is Mary Martinez. I have been working in the kitchen for the past few days for the upcoming fundraising event. Jimmy's Bakery was supposed to deliver the cakes, but a few days before the event, they called to inform us they can't make it. Suddenly, I was in charge of the cakes. I was so mad because we didn't have much time, and this event was supposed to be extremely crucial for Vivian's business. But after hearing that Vivian was murdered, all my anger and work just sort of became irrelevant. Let's see, recorded July 25th, 1995, interview to Derek Tyler. I remember dropping Mr. Roberts off at the airport on July 18th at around 2 p.m. I was supposed to come back after that to drive around for Vivian, but she told me to take a break since I haven't had a day off for quite some time. I decided to visit a friend of mine who was moving upstate to West Dakota. What sort of friend? An elementary school buddy that used to live here, but moved when he received a scholarship. I stayed at his place for a few days before coming back to Painscreek. Yes, he can vouch for me. I have his number at home. I can give it to you later. Derek never gave me the number. To Sheriff Howard. The crack in Vivian's skull shows that the weapon used is an object with a heavy and sharp end. Something like an axe would fit the description. To cause a crack that big, the attacker must be rather strong. I'm assuming it's either a man or a strong woman who is experienced in the use of a weapon. The victim must have been facing the attacker because of the lacerations found on the front of her torso, as well as the backside of both forearms, showing that she tried to block the attacks by holding up her arms. The fatal strike landed on the right side of the victim's head, just above her right eyebrows. This clarifies the following: that the victim was facing the killer, that the killer is strong enough to land such a clean but deadly blow, and that the killer is left-handed. Since the murder weapon was never recovered and confirmed, my assumption of it being an axe still remains. Since this is me doing you a solid, do not, under any circumstances, leak this information, or I'll be in a big trouble. The guys here in Grand City don't want anyone more than necessary to know about these details. Hope the above information helps. Sean M. Smith. Okay. So, I mean, it would be like pointing to Bernard. I mean, obviously, he had the bloody knife. Scott was stabbed to death. It sounds like Andrew was stabbed as well. And then, obviously, Henry and Vivian were both attacked with an axe. And at Bernard's house, there's the axe cabinet. But I feel like the cabinet wasn't opened, it was broken open. So here's our stump. Okay, here we go. And what did we have? 1, 2, 0, 3. Dear Sophia, please wait for my return. Love, Matthew. 3/18/1975. Every moment I spend with you is like a beautiful dream come true. Happy birthday. Aw. Wait. What was her birthday? 3/18/1975. Okay, 3/18/1975. Aww. I mean, it's a very simple band, but it looks like he was giving her like a promise ring or a wedding ring. Dear Sophia, it's been quite a while since I last wrote to you. I've been busy. I hope you are doing well. Father Calvin has been guiding me how to be a man of God, to grow my faith in the Lord and my compassion for people. When I see those who have no beds to sleep upon and no food to eat, my heart goes out to them. I wish I could do more. Father Calvin has been handing me more and more responsibilities. It seems like he might be retiring soon. He even gave me his favorite desk in the study room. I've changed its code to 0318. 0318. Church desk. The day you first came to the orphanage. Painscreek has been very quiet recently. Nothing much goes on in the small town. Oliver is still Painscreek event photographer. Charles and Vivian are running their businesses as usual. Trisha's 7 now. She's really smart and loves to hang out with her dad. Dorothy's the same old Dorothy that we all love. Bernard's still this reliable butler. I don't think he'll ever be replaced. As for me, well, I'm still here waiting for your return. Do you remember the church attic? Well, I spent most of my free time there now doing wood carving. It helps me relax. Hey, I even got pretty good at it. Sometimes I'll think of you and how we spent our time together. I'm not sure if you ever realized how I felt towards you since you left. I keep writing these letters, but I never mail them, and to be honest, it's because I don't have a clue where you may be staying right now. At the same time, writing to you has made me feel that we are close to one another. Today marks the 6th year that you left Painscreek. Still don't know why you left. All I want to say is take care. I hope this Will be my last letter. One day I hope to see you again. Love always, Matthew. Okay. So I remember seeing something. Was there anything in that box of Sophia's and Dorothy's? We'll go to the church in a little bit. I want to do the mansion. Look at that safe. But I want to check something out real quick here. Didn't I read that or no? Did not. Did I? Friday, October 27th, 1995. Scott was released from prison this morning. Matthew went to pick him up. There's a lot of tension here in Painscreek. Most people think of Scott as a murderer. Charles tried to stop Trisha from seeing Scott, but it's no use. She was already waiting for him at the cabin. Monday, November 6, 1995. Charles is drinking again. He couldn't stop Trisha from trying to see Scott, yet Scott seems to be avoiding her. Trisha should not have been discharged from the hospital at this point. She needs help and rehabilitation. Tuesday, November 14th, 1995. Derek and Scott fought at the market today. Derek asked Scott why he's avoiding Trisha. Scott didn't say anything. He just walked away. Derek told him not to come back anymore. It's sad to see what's happening to them now. They used to be such good friends. Thursday, November 16th, 1995. Oh my God, Scott was killed. Saturday, December 2nd, 1995. Trisha's been going crazy ever since Scott died. She sometimes screams in the middle of the night. Here and there, she'll ask us why Scott hasn't visited her for a while. No one seems to know how to answer without agitating her condition. Wednesday, December 6, 1995. Trisha is finally being admitted to the hospital for another mental breakdown. Charles doesn't know what to do. I've asked for his permission to take care of Trisha at the hospital until she recovers. I think Charles appreciates my help. Okay. And then there was... I already read that too. Okay. I had just, for some reason, remembered that I had not done the top drawer. So, let's go to the mansion. Now that we know the code behind the gallery. So, is it 6-1? Yes. Okay. King, 4. Alright, so the king is 4. So my guess is it would probably be 4, 1, 9, 5. Based off of the king being a 4, queen was showing as a 1, bishop was a 9, and the knight was a 5. If not, then we'll flip the 4 and the 5. Okay. Read. July 31st, 1995. I cannot believe that Scott killed my wife. It's being spewed all over the media. How? Why? He loves Trisha and I treated him like my own son. It doesn't make any sense. August 13th, 1995, I visited Scott today. I asked him why he would kill Vivian. He did not answer, but simply looked down on the floor. I wanted an answer so desperately that I nearly rattled his neck. Does he even feel any guilt or remorse for what he's done? How can he not say anything? October 22nd, 1995. I visited Scott again today, knowing that he will be released soon. There just wasn't enough evidence to pin him. He looked thinner than before, but I didn't care. I wanted to know why he killed Vivian. When I asked, he stared at me. I was so angry that I yelled at him. I was about to leave when out of nowhere he said, "I pity the ignorant." What the hell does that mean? November 2nd, 1995. I got drunk last night at the inn. Scott is now a free man. I think I babbled about how much I despise Scott and what I would do to have someone get rid of him. Did I really say that? How did I get home anyways? Oh, right. Bernard was with me. He drove me home. Email password, study room desk hint, chess pieces. Yep, we figured that part out. Last will and testament. I, Charles Roberts of 1 Maple Drive, Painscreek, being of sound mind, declare that this codicil to my last will and testament, July 1st, 1975, effective as of today, June 21st, 1975. Item 1, Article 6B of my will shall be modified to read: should a boy be born into the Roberts family that is of a direct lineage to Charles Roberts, if he is the eldest son and no others contest, he shall inherit all of the family's fortune upon Charles Roberts' passing. The sole condition to this that his son must be at least 25 years of age. Article 6A of my will shall be stricken in its entirety. The firstborn child of the Roberts family shall inherit 50% of all the family's fortune should Charles Roberts pass away. Item 3, Article 11 shall be added to my will and shall read: Vincent Roberts, born of Charles Roberts and Sophia Miller on June 1st, 1975, in Painscreek, shall be officially acknowledged as a family member of the Roberts family effective July 1st, 1975. Okay. Okay, I don't think Charles was ever advised or ever found out that Scott was his son. Which I think is interesting, because you think they would have told him. Okay, so we're going to try 4, 1, 9, 5. Okay, so that doesn't work. Okay, so this should be 5, 4. Beckard's Investigation Services, date July 17, 1997, to Charles Roberts. Upon your request, we've investigated Andrew Reed and Henry Johnson's deaths. July 1995. Due to confidentiality agreements with our sources, we are unable to reveal the true nature of their deaths. Suffice to say, both of them did not die of said accident, so we dug deeper. We found out that Andrew and Henry were both related to the disappearance of Sophia Miller and the death of Magdalene Roberts 20 years ago. What really happened to Sophia, we do not know as of now. However, some evidence was brought to light regarding your mother's death. We talked to a retired nurse who used to work at Painscreek Community Hospital, although she preferred to remain anonymous. According to her, she came across a note while cleaning Dr. Johnson's office. In it, Dr. Johnson stated that the prescription was lethal and to be administered only to Magnaline, and the dosage was to be precise or it will not work. No one else should take it. A letter was made out to your wife, Vivian Roberts, according to the note. If you would like for us to stop this investigation, let us know at your earliest convenience. Otherwise, we will continue to find out the truth about Sophia's disappearance. Sincerely, Jason Beckard. Okay, Beckard Investigation Services, February 3rd, 1996, to Charles Roberts. Our investigation was initially promising. We interviewed possible witnesses who might know something about Sophia's disappearance. Months later, however, we are nowhere near knowing what happened to Sophia. We've learned through all states for any possible trace, but to no avail. What we can conclude at this time is that the main cause of Sophia's disappearance has to do with Andrew, Henry, and Vivian. Now that they are gone, we're unable to get the truth about what really happened to Sophia. If you prefer, we can still continue the search. However, the results look bleak. We have posted rewards for any information regarding Sophia, hoping that it's just a matter of time before someone with real information steps up. For the time being, we suggest that you wait. Should anything emerge, you'll be the first to know. Sincerely, Jason Beckard. Okay. November 18th, 1995. Months ago, right before Vivian was killed, I confronted her about Mom's death. She said she didn't know anything about it. She only administered the medicine as provided by Dr. Johnson. She was lying. I could see it in her eyes. She was scared and she was hiding her fear. I know that Vivian was never completely truthful with me, but I still have no proof yet. She never liked Mom, but I wouldn't have thought of her capable of killing her own mother-in-law. I know that she had something to do with what happened to Mom and Sophia, but what can I do? She was my wife, after all, and now... December 27th, 1995, Scott is dead. Vivian is dead, so is Scott. Now Trisha is dead too. Is this my punishment for the affair I had 20 years ago? Charles Roberts story. Okay. So let's see what we got here. We still have a wrench, a hammer, this locket, which I think we're good with, and a key. So let's go do the key. To Steven's car. Lockbox, perfect. My head hurts. My tire's flat and the phone's not working. Is someone trying to stop me from leaving Painscreek? Am I close to discovering something? Oh God, I thought he was the one. I was wrong. He's not the killer. He's not. Okay. So now we have the lockbox key. This is definitely shaping up here. Let's see. Lock. Key. Use. Okay. What's the button for? Okay. He's onto me, and I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roadside. He will never find. Okay. 5/19/1997. Ever since I received the messages and the key, I've been following this anonymous person blindly. What a fool I have been. I need to revisit my investigation notes and see if I might have missed anything important. I looked through the alibis recorded by Sheriff Howard. There were 6 interviews: Charles, Matthew, Bernard, Dorothy, Mary, and Derek. And then I noticed it. One of them is lying. It was recorded that there was an event, yet I remember reading somewhere about it being canceled. Where did I read it again? I can't seem to remember. Oh my god, I just realized that the E in all of the killer's messages is slightly off in comparison to all the other letters. If I can find that typewriter, I can find who killed Vivian. I got an achievement for Stephen Moss. Okay, so it looks like we need to do... what was it? We need to go to the drains. Okay. So we need to find drains. This will be interesting. Assume they're on like the side of the roads. Guess. Okay, nothing in there. Did I already do over here? Okay. Do we have any up here? Or over here? Okay. Is the one we already did? Yes. Okay. Already did that one. Okay, there's not one down this way. There's nothing on this side either. Okay. go. Okay. Nope. I didn't have any over here, right? Scared that it's gonna be like in the leaves or something, and I'm just never gonna see it. No, we already did that one. Okay. So nothing down here. Gotcha. Okay. I'm not gonna leave, but no. Okay. Do we have any going up here? That's a negative. Okay. We'll go out here real quick. I think we already came over here, didn't we? We did. Okay. Did I go down here? I think I did. I don't know how I saw that. So, nothing down there either. Okay. So we're still missing. Unless I missed the key. I think there's anyone. And there's this one. Don't see a key. Does this road not have a drain? Here we go. Already looked at it. Okay. So let's go here. I've got to be missing somewhere. Right? Okay. Let's... Nothing. There goes the mansion. Okay. We've already... Did I miss the key? Huh. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Let's go to the church. Scott's room. Here we go, the desk. What was it? 0318. Enter. Okay. May 13th, 1995. I visited Scott today. I couldn't believe what he said. How could Sophia be dead? How could Andrew, Henry, and Vivian have killed her? Did Dorothy know? How about Wanda or Charles? Did they know? Why didn't anyone tell me? May 28th, 1995. I visited Sophia's grave today. It was just a wooden cross that Scott made. There was no flowers in front of it. Oh, there was no name on it. I placed some flowers in front of it and she always had a liking for flowers. We had mass today. Vivian and Henry were there. Andrew, as usual, didn't come. All I could think of whenever I look at them is whether they actually killed Sophia or not. As they praised the Lord throughout the sermon, I felt sick to the stomach. I couldn't bear to see their faces. What should I do now? I know I should forgive them, but it's so difficult. I'm dying inside. I wish I never visited Scott. I wish I'd never heard what he said. I wish I could just forget everything. June 6, 1995. I need to talk to Andrew. I need him to confess. All right. So, looks like photo I took. Right? So what did that do? There's a key. Do I have a key? I do have a key. Dearest Matthew, I'm writing this letter to let you know what happened to Sophia. My days are almost up, and I feel you have a right to know what happened 9 years ago. In 1974, when Vivian Roberts underwent a C-section to deliver Trisha, she was told she could not give birth anymore. Vivian broke down mentally and was hospitalized. Sophia was tasked with taking care of the newly born Trisha and helping Charles Roberts. Charles, who was facing a lot of difficulty and pressure, unfortunately found comfort in Sophia. They had an affair. A boy was born. A few months later, Vivian found out about the relationship. She was furious. Feeling threatened by the illegitimate boy, Vivian kicked Sophia and the baby out of Painscreek. Everyone believed that. But the truth is, I took the boy and put him in St. Patrick's orphanage. I named him Scott. Time flies. He's going to be 10 soon. I pray that you can bear the responsibility of raising him. He does not need to know about his real parents. It's all in the past. Instead, give him a new start. I sincerely hope that you can forgive me for hiding this from you for so long. Calvin. Bennett, November 1st, 1984. Okay. April 12th, 1975. Dear Matthew, it's been more than 2 years since I started work at the mansion. I like this place a lot. The people here are nice to me. Thank you for your letter, although I cannot be there with you for your missionary work. I will pray for your success. You were always the noble one. Do you remember the wishes we made when we were at the orphanage? Yours was to help the unfortunate. Mine was not to be poor. While I did not expect opportunity to knock so soon, maybe heaven is helping me. With all that has happened these past few months, my wish might just come true. I'd love to tell you more about it, but I can wait until you're back. Things might be different by then. I hope it'll be for the better. Love always, Sophia Miller. I got all letters found.
June 6th, 1995. I met Andrew in the evening at his house. He was hallucinating when we met, saying that he's seen Sophia everywhere, that he's a sinner, and that he should die. But I didn't mean to kill him. My hands are still shaking. June 30th, 1995. Dr. Johnson came. He was surprised to see me. He tried to justify, saying it wasn't his fault, that he was only carrying the baby and had nothing to do with Sophia's death. When I revealed the truth about Magdalene, his face turned white. He didn't expect anyone to know the truth. He deserved to die. July 19, 1995. Just like the doctor, Vivian came alone. Instead of feeling guilty, she called Sophia a bitch who destroyed everything she had. I didn't feel any sign of remorse, feeling of guilt, or repentance from her at all. So I gave her time to express herself. And then I killed her. It's all over now. Why am I not at peace? There's this nosy investigator in town. I thought that if I led him to believe that Bernard killed Vivian, he just might believe it. But I made the mistake of trying to mislead him. Now he's suspecting me of being the killer. He has to die.
It's Matthew. I'm sorry, what? Someone... Okay, the ghost is helping me. What at the church? I'm at the church, right? Am I at the church? I need to get to the hospital. Oh God, I'm not going the right way. Oh. Oh crap. Oh crap. I don't know where I'm going. Okay, follow the ghost, follow the ghost, follow the ghost. Follow the ghost. I do not like this. Shit. Am I gonna die? Oh God, I'm probably dying. I'm probably dying. There's a good chance I'm dying. Come on, don't die, don't die. Don't die. Come on. Okay, we're going to the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. We're gonna go up. There's no place to hide in the hospital. We'll go to the roof. We'll go to the roof. Go to the roof. We can go to the roof. Okay. Follow creepy girl. Follow creepy girl. Okay. We're on the roof. We're on the roof. I'm so stressed out right now. Nowhere to go. Can I just stay here and hide? Nope. Okay. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay. 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 Oh. Aw. To Janet, I'm glad that you made it back safely and uncovered the truth about the Painscreek killings. Good job. Your story will be on the front page of tomorrow's newspaper. Please submit the following information as well as a photo for your article as soon as possible. Richard Harris, Editor-in-Chief. Press any key to continue. I am still so stressed out right now. P.S. By the way, we found out who hired P.I. Stephen Moss. Who killed Vivian Roberts? Matthew Brooks. What was the murder weapon? An axe. Select a photo. Next. Submit. To Dorothy Patterson, my name is Jeanette Kelly. Janet Kelly, I'm here to inform you on behalf of P.I. Stephen Moss that the secrets of the Painscreek killings have come to light. He is, however, missing. The police are searching for his whereabouts. While preparing for this letter, I could not help but wonder, what if Charles didn't commit adultery? What if Vivian had not confronted Sophia? What if Magdalene had not insisted on his son to continue the family line? Could things have turned out differently? In hindsight, it's easy to say what they should not have done. But sometimes it's hard to make the right choices in life, isn't it? Did Derek really hate Scott so much that it led to his death? Could Matthew not have sought revenge for Sophia? Why did Henry Johnson choose an accomplice in Magdalene's death? The truth is that everyone made a choice and they think is best, but not necessarily the right one. This made me realize the following. We have the freedom to say or do whatever we want. want, but there are consequences following our actions. The bigger mistake, the harsher consequence. It's true that Charles and Sophia's affair was wrong, but Vivian had a choice either to confront Charles about it or take it out on Sophia. She chose the latter. Just as Vivian made her choice, so did Andrew, Henry, and Matthew. In the end, they all had to face the consequences. One thing puzzled me. If Steve and I were both trying to find the truth, why was I saved but not him? I hope I can find an answer someday. Till then, this is the story of the Painscreek killings. Jeanette Kelly, August 12th. Janet Kelly, August 12th. The Sun City Tribune, the Painscreek killings, truth revealed. Thank you for playing. Got 2. I got Completionist and The Truth Revealed. A plus, 100% complete. All right, so let's take a look here. So I'm taking a look. It looks like I'm missing 3 achievements: a dying man's letter, missing journalist, and case unsolved. So I'm guessing the missing journalist is probably me being killed. Case unsolved, I assume, is probably me just being like, you know what, I'm done, and then peacing out. Can I get either one of those? Let us see. Okay, where am I? Then there's one called the Dying Man's Letter. So let me look that one up, actually. Okay. Room 205 on the 2nd floor. A large room in the dark hallway with no door. As you walk in, there's a bookshelf. Okay. Let's do that, and then let's, where am I? I'm at the church, right? Yes. Let me go to the hospital. Let's check that one out. Okay, and then I looked it up. Case unsolved. I just leave. And then missing journalist, he kills me. So, let's let both happen. Be kind of cool to get kind of all, essentially the endings. Because we got the first one where we were just like fired, you know. So let's also, I wonder, like, was he stalking me the whole time? Was he just like, I'm gonna watch her and then kill her? Is that like the plan? This is to the roof, correct? Yeah, okay. And that whole chase sequence, like, oh my god, I was so stressed out. I was just so stressed out. I mean, I should have worn my, like, 205. So I went in here, did I not? There's bookcases, and there's a letter right there. These last few months give me time to reflect, quite some time. When one comes to the understanding that soon my body will be no more and I will return to the earth, the question arises of the purpose we fragile beings have in this life. How can my soul yearn for these joyful moments with loved ones when I was ignorant of such incomprehensible matters. And now I sit here just waiting for death, knowing that I will never have a second chance. If only I could express what I feel to my wife, kids, people I once called friends. Maybe I can feel comfort. My body may be old to travel, but at least I can send something to them. A nurse has helped me prepare a package to send. I'll see to it personally that it gets dropped off once my body feels better. The last effort of a sick old man. Harold S. Mason. Okay, got the dying man's letter achievement. Alright, so the next thing... Let's have some fun with this. Let's get out of here. And let's just deuce out in our car. Let's just say, you know what? I'm good. I know we killed. I don't need to confront. I don't need the final stuff. And then we'll get the last one where we just die. So. Yes, I know. Kind of cheating the whole looking up to see what you have to do for those achievements, but I mean, it would be kind of nice to like achieve out a little bit on this, and then we'll talk about the game. So, used car, yes. Ba-do-ba-doo. Submit the following as well as a photo for your article as soon as possible. So we do know it's Matthew Brooks. We'll still stick with that. We'll still stick with the axe. We don't have a picture of the bloody axe, but I think we'll use this picture the next day. Sun City Tribune, the truth revealed. Oh, so they're now searching for the missing messenger. They didn't let you skip this. So let's see if that gave us either case unsolved or missing journalist. If I don't get either, then that means I have to choose the one murderer, which would then be choosing one. Okay, let's see. I read your story on today's papers. Are you sure you got your facts right? Yours truly, concerned citizen. Interesting. Okay. And then I got case unsolved. And in this case, I dropped down to 93% with a grade C. Probably should have kept the A+ with 100% as my final success here. But all right, let's let him kill us. Where are we right now? Okay. So let's go to the church. Was looking for. It's all right. Here we go. We're just gonna go ahead and think the this. And then that. And then we can turn it. Okay, we've got the axe. We only care about that. Skip. We'll go where we're really missing, which is like the sewer. Where is he? To Janet, where are you? You were supposed to be in Painscreek for a day or two. It's been over a week now. We're worried about you. Please reply back as soon as you receive this. Richard Harris. 4 weeks later. Journalist missing. Have you seen her? All right, and I got the missing journalist. Press any key to continue. All right, that is the Painscreek killings. I have to say I actually really enjoyed the game. I messed up a lot. I did have to look up 2 things just because I was like, I'm missing something. And then obviously at the very end, as you guys know, I wanted to make sure I got the achievements because I only had about 3 left. And I wanted to kind of achieve this out. I recommend the game. I definitely think it's a lot of fun. It's not your typical game. It's definitely not action-packed until the very end, which I was not expecting. But it's definitely that more like walk around, collect clues, think things through, figure out what should happen, where should happen, and, you know, solve the murder. To me, it was a really tragic story because I don't think Charles ever found out that Scott was his son. Vivian and her anger over the affair, which is rightful, but then also her jealousy of Scott. I mean, definitely was very harmful, and I think definitely helped lead to her death, because I think if she hadn't maybe been that way, it may not have led to, you know, Scott having the kind of realizations that he had. Also, you know, just the death of, you know, being there and being a part of Sophia's murder. Did not expect Derek to have witnessed that. I thought that was interesting. Kind of wonder where he's at this point, because obviously he does have some issues. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the only one that's actually still alive might be Dorothy. Has Bernard? I think Bernard might be alive. He's just not there anymore. Anyway, just really sad. Really good. Really recommend it if you ever get a chance to play it. It's a lot of fun. I know these devs did another. I believe they did another. Hold on. I'm pretty sure they did. That they did another series with murder mysteries and everything. Hold on. I think they did. Store page. EQ Studios. They did something called Scene Investigator, so we will be playing that at some point. Just because I did enjoy the whole murder mystery aspect of this. So yeah, so outside of that, thank you guys for watching. Once again, if you liked it, do throw a like on there, subscribe, comment, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.